Welcome to another AriasWave update. This is an update on the Bitcoin futures trading little mini series that I've been conducting lately. And I just want to point out that from my earlier video, we have seen an impulsive move to the upside. So now I shall title this video Wave 3 of Wave C. Okay, so according to that idea, we were looking for wave 3 price action, right? So I detailed each wave in the previous video. Now, breaking this last high, which happened on the 8th of July, right? Um, it's not really important that we see a break of that high. The break that was important was back when it broke the start of wave E, right? That's why I said in the last video, this is critical support. Okay, so we had a one. I went through the wave two waves, right? This is based on AriasWave. Okay, this is not Elliott Wave. I've seen a lot of video that Elliotticians have made, right? And basically what they entail is drawing these these trend lines, right? Like for example, I've seen a bit of this going on, right? I don't know how they do it. They've done a bit of this and a bit of this and a bit of that, right? Thinking that potentially that you're going to get bounces within this range until you get a breakout, etc. Right now, the whole idea of Elliott Wave 33333 moves, they don't exist. Okay, it's a fallacy of Elliott Wave. That's why I decided to create AriasWave, right? Because when I first started trading, I noticed these patterns don't exist. Okay, the only patterns that exist are the ones that are in the AriasWave set of corrective patterns. Okay, now each pattern has very distinct characteristics that make it, so that you understand what's going on. So this being a wave A here, this being a three wave move, right? This being another three wave move, right? You can't call that a five wave move just because there's a sharp move here, there's a bit of price action there, and what have you, right? We saw a five wave move down for C, right? Now, how you determine what a wave three, like a three wave move is the key factor here, right? It's the key factor because that's the second last wave, and then you need a wave E. Okay, so the way that I produce my ideas is solely based on this basically, right? Now, if you haven't seen my video, what is AriasWave? I I mean it's linked on the YouTube channel. It's on my website. I've given you a bit of a clue, so you can have a look. To see what it's all about. Okay, now I give you minimal information. Yes, I do, but I give you some basic ideas on how I look at the markets. Right now, when you're talking about leverage, that's futures trading, right? If you go down below a certain level, you get stopped out, you get liquidated. Which is why, like for me, it was a very good opportunity here to prove that theory, right? I have never done a futures video for cryptos before, but I saw an opportunity and I took it. Okay, I said this morning earlier on today here in Australia that I saw like a cup and handle pattern. That's a big handle, but it never went below the critical resistance area, right? Not long after that, well, actually, I made the video after we saw the initial move up, and then we saw this massive pump. Okay, so breaking this previous B wave high doesn't make much difference, right? It's just there for me just so I can get a notification when I'm busy doing other things, right? Because you should never be looking at the chart constantly, especially if you know what you're doing, right? Now, this goes the same for the Matic idea that I posted, that I have been posting, right? I don't mention futures on that one, but the reason I mention it here is because AriasWave was designed from a person who started off trading futures like the euro, the Dow Jones, and all that stuff. Back when I thought cryptos was ridiculous, I thought, what the hell is crypto, right? Obviously, now that's changed over the last couple of years, but I started to make uh, basically design, not design, but discover the pattern of Arias Wave in roughly about 2015, and it's been quite a long journey since, right? And this is the kind of thing that I like to show because it does work, right? It's not Elliott Wave and it's not subjective, right? You either identified the pattern correctly or you didn't, right? That's all there is to it. Okay, it's like some people say, oh, Elliott Wave and Arias Wave can't predict Bitcoin's going to do whatever it wants. Now, the problem I find with that type of statement is that basically we're dealing with a random walk theory. The problem with the random walk theory is that you're forgetting that humans are predictable, right? The patterns are predictable because humans are predictable. The pattern may not always look the same, but they still produce the same pattern. And this is really weird because I've back tested the hell out of this. I predicted interest rates would rise dramatically, right? Um, you can go have a look at those charts, and they have been. Interest rates have been going up, regardless of inflation numbers and the CP lie, right? Not the CPI, the CP lie, because it's all just fudged information, right? Because the powers that be, they just like to play with us. And, that's normal. Take, for example, you get taxed. Do you really need to get taxed when they print money like crazy and cause inflation? No, they're just greedy bastards, right? Who like to control us. So, regardless of that, that's always been the case. I just want to highlight that if you if you learn Arias Wave, you'll learn what comes next, right? So, this pattern moving up, do I think that it's going to the moon? No, I don't. It's not. It's got a target for an A wave, right? It's around 25,000. And simply put, that'll be just one pattern, the A wave. And then we'll probably get the same thing coming back down again, right? This is consolidating. This is a bear market rally, okay? And it's consolidating, and then it's going to prepare to dump even further to the downside. So for me, I thought instead of just sitting around, you know, making ideas about, oh, we have to wait for this to happen before we can get to the low, before we can hodl. I thought, you know what? Let's put Arias Wave to the test and make some money as well. Okay, because I'm getting bored here, right? So you'll notice that I started to produce these ideas in a timely manner, right? So from here on, we're expecting something similar to the A wave in length, right? It's not rocket science. It's simply put just the way the markets work, right? So if I copy this and put it right there, measured move, that's about 25,000, right? It could go over, it could go under. Why would it go under? Well, because sometimes C waves fall short. Okay, and I'm not saying this one will, but sometimes they do. Okay, but at this point in time, because it's not an expanded correction, I'm looking at the waves as they progress, as they move higher towards that target. Does it look like a proper 5 wave move? All right, it might go over. It might overshoot the mark. But that's about it. That's about as far as this goes, right? This is not me saying, oh, it's going to go to the moon. We're going to get Lambo, moon Lambo, right? Um, it's just a process that needs to be followed if you intend on, not losing your profits from a trade that you might have got right, one time. You know, I've learnt this the hard way, right? But now, because I understand how patterns work, how they evolve, how they're all fractalized, and then you look at the bigger picture, you can make certain assumptions with conviction. Okay. The key word here is conviction, because you're looking at squiggles on a chart go up and down, right? And it's very easily to psychologically be swayed in your opinion. However, if you have a framework in your mind which you're working towards and it's proven, then you won't worry about those fluctuations. You will just literally just stick to your guns, aim for the target, and once you get there, you take your profits and then you wait. You wait for another opportunity that doesn't carry such a large risk. Okay. So that's about all I want to say right now. And it's a pretty impressive move. The one in Matic is even better, right? But it doesn't matter, right? If you didn't anticipate that move, you're just observing it in hindsight, basically. We've all heard of hindsight Harry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could have got into that move, but I didn't. Yeah, it's hindsight. So anyway, thought I'd just bring another update here, especially because we're looking at an impulsive move to the upside, and I expect it to continue to move higher. Okay, and it is a bear market rally, so don't think that um, just because we're seeing a move up that we have a bottom in place in cryptos. I don't believe that for a second, and that's because I observed the larger picture. So if you want to know what that larger picture is, check out my market updates. I produce those updates whenever I feel the need to. If you want to learn more about what AriasWave is, go to ariaswave.com. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter, but the YouTube videos are usually just ported from TradingView, so you don't really get much else. As followers increase and grow, I will do more live streams as I have done in the past, and I'll also do some other videos where I show myself and talk a little bit more, maybe answer some questions along the way, depending on if it's a live stream, etc. But hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.